This episode is dedicated to the memory of superstar Billy Graham. Hey everyone, welcome back. It is that time of the month again, the time of the month where we do our monthly state of wrestling. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews TV shows, movies, and wrestling. Last week, we put out a tier list video, and he always tells me I point the wrong way. So now I'm going to point the opposite way. So hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction this time.
He's over there.
So that means you're over there. Hopefully.
Here,
We're going to find out when I watch the video
later. Let's see if it works. Wait. Go. Come on. Yeah. Oh, no, you're going backwards. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Wait, I'm doing it too. Oh, we're idiots.
Okay.
Subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe to this channel for more goofy crap like this. So we are doing our monthly state of wrestling. So this is the one for the month of May. Let us get right into it. The first thing off the top of the list, the WWE World Heavyweight Tournament.
Let's talk about the WWE Raw title where SmackDown people are contending for the title. Yes.
And now, no. And to the point where, because of Rollins' involvement in Captain America 4, they're actually looking to put the belt on a SmackDown wrestler.
So here's the thing. They have a lot of faith in the Styles man.
Mm-hmm. He can carry a company.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing. Here's the whole thing. He's on the SmackDown, and they can't put him on the Raw because then they'd have to move all of the OC, and then that's off balances the two rosters.
Mm-hmm. So and then he's going to face Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns. But apparently, have all the belts.
Seth Rollins has a lot of acting roles coming up, and that's why they're worried. He has way more than just that, and they don't want to have.
Okay, so give it to Seth Rollins and have him as the first champion.
And then let him lose it.
And let him lose it. Like, who else is on Raw right now? Are the Judgment Day on Raw?
I don't know. I don't remember who's on what roster at this
point.
Right,
because the champs switched, right? Bianca went to SmackDown, Rhea went to Raw. So Finn Balor's on Raw. Why don't we do, at the next pay-per-view, Finn versus Seth, and then he loses to Finn.
And then do a Finn versus AJ feud, have Finn keep winning by cheating.
Yeah.
And then that gives you some relevancy from that. But anyways, okay, this is a bad idea.
It is completely.
It's after the brand idea. And listen, ever since WrestleMania, this company has just jumped off the side of a cliff. Yes, Backlash was a good pay-per-view in terms of matches and the environment and the way that it
the entertainment value. Yeah.
But there was zero storylines basically going into it except for Brock and Cody, and there were zero storylines coming out of it. No,
the Bad Bunny, there's history between Bad Bunny and
what did he freaking do? Bad Bunny doesn't have time to be on the main roster.
Yeah,
so I'm not counting that. The Zelina Vega thing is done immediately.
Yeah,
the Io Sky thing is basically done now.
Yeah, because now it's Io and Bailey. Because in other belt news right now, Liv Morgan had to vacate the Women's Tag Team Championship because she's injured now.
Yeah, and nobody cares. This is a situation where it's I feel like
I think this is the perfect situation to put Isla Dawn or is it Isla Dawn and Alba Fire into this?
Dawn and Fire Dawn, one of those guys. But what I would do, because I'm very smart. No, well, they had the belts for two reasons. One, they were trying to keep Liv Morgan with some sort of relevancy because she's a flagship.
They got big plans for her. They got big plans for her. I don't like to say this,
but she's a flagship babe for them. She sells merch. She is popular on Instagram because she's very good looking.
But she's also popular with the young girls who want to be like her.
Yes,
right?
And that's fine. And okay, but she's clearly not ready for anything, but they're trying to maintain some kind of relevancy. It's kind of like Alexa Bliss, right? They're trying to hold on to something just because they know that
the name carries value.
Her name and her looks carry value to them, because we know how self-centered WWE is and how they're just all about looks.
Yeah.
And they were trying to use that platform to elevate Raquel. To become there was going to be some kind of turn here, and
they wanted Raquel to be the next China type of
and fine, good for you, fantastic. But it ended up going up in flames with this injury, and now
Mhm.
they're trying to fall back on something that doesn't exist because they don't have a tag division for the women.
No, like who's participating in the tournament? It's Carmella and Sonya Deville,
No,
and yeah,
no, I mean just no.
is it Carmella? No, is it
My
Carmella and Sonya,
answer
or is
to
it
that
Carmella and
is
Chelsea?
no.
Whatever it
I
is.
don't care who it is, they can't win. It's
Then you
no.
have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler,
Okay, they can win.
and you have Io Sky and Bailey,
Yes, not a tag team, but they can win.
and Raquel and a mystery partner.
Oh, we're so quick to just jump off that bandwagon. Why
Yeah,
don't you just put Fire and Dawn in it?
that's what I said. Who are still the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions?
It doesn't make sense. Make this make sense. Double
Yeah,
title them because they're good. Double title them, then have them lose the NXT titles. It won't matter. Make it by cheating, and it won't matter.
yeah.
And then now they still have relevancy as tag team champions. And then you put them into a feud with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, where at the end of their 3 matches, because WWE always has to be 3 matches,
Rematches.
they can lose the belts to Shayna and Ronda, who can
Hmm.
hold it for as long as they want, because it can't be Bailey and Io because they're not a tag team.
No, there are trios.
Io already has a tag team partner that's part of their group.
Yeah,
Make it make sense.
I know. They're just trying something different, I guess. Yeah, because nobody cares about Carmella. She's only there because of Corey Graves still.
Well, there's rumors that Tegan Knox is coming back.
Who's she gonna? That's probably going to be with Raquel then.
That's possible, right?
Yeah,
To be honest with you, like at this point, and
I feel like whenever they need a women tag team, they throw Natalia in there. Oh, you need a
yeah,
tag team? Okay, here, Shotzi and Natalia.
well, because
Here,
it's safe. It's always safe.
yeah.
But like, okay, I love women's wrestling.
Hmm.
I think that WWE has a lot of very talented women wrestlers. I think they absolutely don't know how to book it.
Well,
And
this past Saturday was a 6-woman match for the GCW World Heavyweight Championship.
yes, which that is a real match that
Yeah,
had Maki Ito and Masha Slamovich. It doesn't matter who the other 4 wrestlers are.
even Allison K. Allison K is good.
But I'm saying the rest
Yeah,
of them literally don't matter. Just
yeah,
you could have had those 2 and everyone would be happy. But not only is WWE's women's division kind of on the rocks as it is, their tag team division's irrelevant. So I just
yeah.
don't care at this
But
point. about them.
that's why you said with Fire and Dawn, it would have made more sense.
They're already an established tag team.
Yeah.
And
So
okay, I'm happy with Ronda Rousey and Shayna
yeah,
Baszler. Let them win. Let them be the tag team champions for 5 years. I don't care.
nobody cares.
At least you'll have that. It'll give that division some kind of relevance.
Yeah. And it'll pad the stats for both of them.
Yeah. Do you have anything specific on WWE to continue this?
No, do you?
Yes, I want to absolutely, Ryan. Thank you
Sure.
for letting me.
Go ahead.
Roman Reigns is walking around with 2 belts. Okay. Everyone look over here. This is Raw. This is SmackDown. We're having a tournament for the new Raw belt. This is SmackDown. There's no other belt. Why is he still walking around with 2 belts? The other belt doesn't mean anything anymore.
Not anymore.
So either create an undisputed championship,
A brand new belt,
a new belt,
or just keep the blue one.
or yeah, make it look the same, but have it just be slightly different. Call it the undisputed heavyweight champion instead of the universal or whatever the other one was called.
Yeah.
And let's move on, because it bothers me so much that they're still hyping him up when one of the belts that he has doesn't mean anything. I could take my belt off of my pants and walk around with it too, because
It's like you walking around with the 2 intercontinental belts.
Yeah, I could get both of those belts because they don't mean anything because they're not real. They're actually children's belts because I can't afford a real belt. What do I look like? Some rich guy? Like this is my thing. And I know we kind of get aggressive with WWE, but it's because they're the biggest. They have all the power, all the money. They dominated the market for 30 years. Why are they so bad right now? You just finished telling one of the best storylines that maybe we've ever seen. Yep. And it turned into a huge mess where you don't know where to go now.
Because this past week on SmackDown, didn't Reigns turn on the Usos?
Okay, so we know this is what's going to happen, and I predicted this a long time ago. The Usos are on rocky terms with with Roman, as is kind of Solo right now. So this is my prediction. Are you ready for this?
They're going to lose?
We're going to lose Roman Reigns for a long time. At what's the next thing called? Crown Jewel? Well,
Night
it's
of
not Crown
Champions.
Jewel. Night of Champions. Are they going to go back for Crown Jewel, or is Crown Jewel off the table now?
I think Crown Jewel's later in the year. I think that's like October,
Yeah,
November.
but are they going to go back to Saudi
Oh,
Arabia
yeah, they do
again?
2 shows a year there.
Oh, okay. I did not know this. Okay, so they're going to do Night of Championes, and what's going to happen is that match is going to go on. Roman Reigns is going to try to cheat. The Usos are going to come out. The Usos are going to turn on Roman Reigns and Solo.
So this way, Sammy and Owens retain.
Sammy and Owens retain. They're going to split. They're going to have a match. They're going to split the belts. Usos are going to become the champions on SmackDown, and then we're going to go back to normal, okay? Somewhere down the road here, quickly, Solo is going to turn on Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman's also going to turn on Roman Reigns. We're going to say this was the plan the whole time. You're a loser. Solo's going to become the new Roman Reigns guy. He's going to be the real head of the table. He was always the head of the table. You're not even really part of the bloodline. And then Roman Reigns is going to go away for his 6 months. And Solo is going to be Paul Heyman's new project.
Okay, without the belts, though.
Without the belts.
So Roman's is going away with the belts.
With the belts. With the belt. Because the other belt is not a belt.
Okay.
Like, it physically is a belt, but it's not an actual.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
And what do you think of this random match of Mustafa Ali against Gunter?
Let it happen. The guy deserves something, but he's not going to win. And if he does win, I'm very upset with WWE. This is a play. You want to know what this play is? This is super WWE, like, hey, we get how race works. Your background is something Middle Eastern, right? All right, we're going there. You're going to fight him.
The thing is, he's not Saudi. I think his background's Pakistani.
Of course he's not. That's what I mean. That's WWE. Are you from that area? Are you from that general?
Are you anything? Are you anything east of like Turkey?
Are you within 500 or 5,000 miles of Saudi Arabia? Yep. Okay, you're from Saudi Arabia now. Like that. Yeah. That's, you know what I mean. Anyone from Europe would be featured in every single match if they go to Russia, or if they went to like UK. We already seen it, right?
Yeah,
it was all Gunter versus Sheamus. You had Drew McIntyre. It was totally all built around that. Oh, all of a sudden Bianca. I mean, not Bianca. The other one,
Zelina Vega.
No, who's the other champion? Who's the other champion that's a champion?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. Oh, you're from Australia? Yeah,
you're British.
You're like, you know what I mean? That's what's.
But even we just saw it like in Backlash too with Zelina Vega. Oh, you're Puerto Rican. Let's
Yeah, you're from a place. You haven't wrestled in a long time and you suck, but you're from there.
So let's give you a match.
And yeah, okay, listen.
Yeah.
Fine.
So if Roman does go away for a while, then maybe they do put the belt on AJ and have him defend it on both shows for a while.
Listen. Listen. Let him win. Let Seth Rollins win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have it develop into some kind of quick feud
with Seth, with Finn.
With Finn. Let Finn take the title. Let Seth Rollins go on his leave of absence to finish all his things, okay? Finish off the stupid-ass feud right now with Brock and Cody. Let Cody go into a feud with Finn, because that's what we all really want in life. And let Cody win the title after 3 obligatory matches that have to happen. It's like, you know, in Austin Powers when they have to ask Mustafa the question 3 times to get an answer.
Yes.
That's WWE. So let them have their 3 matches. Cody Rhodes wins the title. Maybe you get interference from AJ Styles in the OC and it's a Bullet Club reference, and we go on from there, and then Cody's the champion, and that's it.
Okay, how about this? Because the next pay-per-view after Night of Champions is Money in the Bank, and it's taking place in the
Cody
UK.
Rhodes is supposed to win Money in the Bank. I don't know if you know this.
I was going to say give it to Gunter and have him cash it in that night.
You guys can look it up. I don't remember it. People out there, I mean. They already, I can't remember the page, but it's an up-and-coming rap sheet page for wrestling that has been spot on with so many things, and all of the major sites, What Culture, Cultaholic, WrestleMania, are all using it as reference now, even Wrestling with Regret. So they have an entire list of everyone who will be in that match, and they have said that it's already out there. Cody Rhodes is going to win Money in the Bank.
Really?
Yeah.
Now with Cody Rhodes winning Money in the Bank, he'll go after Roman?
No, I think he'll go after Seth. I think they've completely cut that storyline off.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. But the thing I was saying about the bloodline, they're trying to wrap this up really, really fast. They want it over with. They want him to leave because he wants apparently 5 or 6 months off without ever coming back to TV with the belt.
Yeah, because Gunther's got what, another 100 days or so before he beats the Honky Tonks record.
They're gonna keep him with the belt.
Yeah.
Listen, next, if I can lead up to it, have Gunther and Cody Rhodes as the last 2 people left in the Royal Rumble.
And this time Gunther wins.
Like last year, Gunther wins. He challenges him at WrestleMania for that belt.
Okay.
Simple. Like, listen, like I said, WWE has lots of good things. Like, I'm looking forward to a lot. But
the thing is, now Raw also has Shinsuke. Why don't we throw a Shinsuke versus Finn in that feud too? Like, get back at some of those.
Okay, so here, 4-way match: Shinsuke, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes. Whoever wins is the leader of the Bullet Club. Even though Shinsuke wasn't in the Bullet Club, but it's fine with me.
And Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and then bring the OC in, or what are they called? That's what they're called, right? The Good
Brothers.
The OC. But yeah, there's lots of good here, but it's just, I this is the thing I wanted to say before we finish WWE. A lot of people are saying, yes, Vince this, Vince that, and I agree. Okay, I'm not supporting Vince in any way.
Not at all.
But I think a lot of the problems that are happening right now are Triple H booking, because I'm starting to notice very Triple H-y.
And he's booking himself in a corner right now.
And I've gone back after a lot of people at my work. We had long discussions. I've gone back and I've watched a lot of things, a lot of videos that like were quick refreshers of situations. And in NXT, he was known for booking himself into corners. And that's exactly what's happened now. He also likes to tell a really long underdog story.
But he booked himself into corners. But at least in NXT, the title bounced around a lot. You went from like Sami Zayn to Kevin Owens.
You can't do that.
Right. You are also earmarked in that thing with Roman Reigns. And that's a Vince problem. And I think Trips is still trying to figure out a way to get himself out of the Roman situation.
And I don't think there is a way out.
No. Roman has to die.
Roman sells tickets. Roman sells shirts. Little kids like Roman Reigns.
Right. And like, I mean, he tried at Mania. The original plan at Mania was for Cody to beat Roman, but Vince came in and said, that's not going to happen.
Well, Triple H fought apparently tooth and nail to have Sami Zayn beat him in Montreal.
Yeah.
And it would have had Roman Reigns win the belt back immediately afterwards. Like on the next week or 2 weeks later on TV, he would have won the belt back.
Yeah. They were trying to ride a hot streak, and now you lost that hot streak.
All you had to do was split the belts. It makes no sense. This is the last thing I want to say about this, okay?
Before we move on to the next one.
In Japan, if you won, and this is the same company, okay? This is why I say there's no real brand split in WWE. It's all baloney.
Yeah.
If you won the Intercontinental Championship and the World Championship, unless we designated a match where both were on the line, you would only win the one title that was designated for that fight. If it's AEW, if you have the Ring of Honor Championship and the AEW Championship, you'll never have a match where someone wins both championships. It doesn't make any sense.
It won't make sense. Exactly.
So every time Roman Reigns fought someone, yes, you can win both belts. Sure.
If it's on the line.
Anytime I fight you, and you're a SmackDown wrestler, you only get to fight for the SmackDown belt, not both. If you're from Raw, you only get to fight me for the Raw belt, not both. Because that doesn't make any sense. Why would a Ring of Honor wrestler be wrestling in a main event for a title and get the AEW title?
Yeah.
Unless the match is title for title and I win both. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no other company ever does that.
But usually when they do a title for title, it's to phase out one belt.
Yeah, and what you've done now is you've eliminated the brand split that you've worked so hard to establish. Especially, you just did the draft, and now you have a tournament that has for a Raw title that has all of them in it, and you have a world champion that has both belts, that defends both belts, the tag team belts, both belts every time.
Yeah.
Why don't we just give Gunther also the U.S. championship?
Why not?
And you can only face him for both belts, not one. He has to be both belts all the time.
give Bianca both belts.
Yeah, I digress, but like
But
that bothers me.
so we'll end the WWE talk there. Like I said, always, if you have any more comments on WWE, let us know in the comments below. Let's move on to AEW. AEW has been riding a hot streak lately. They've been putting on some really good shows, some really good matches.
So I'll agree with you that all the matches have been good. They've been pay-per-view quality episodes of Dynamite. Rampage has had good matches, but I feel like I don't care about anything that's happening on them.
Yeah.
This
And
is
now
my
they got
big
Collision
thing.
coming out.
But Collision is going to be a real wrestling show. Rampage is NXT, and that's what it's going to become. It's going to become
Do you
their
think
NXT.
AEW is going to do a split as well?
Apparently, they want to do. There's rumors of a soft brand split where the wrestlers from, like, the TNT belt will only be on Collision, and the TBS belt will only be on Dynamite. But there's people coming up and saying that it's going to be a full hard brand split, which I don't care. It is what it is, because then Rampage is going to be used to replace both Darks,
Yeah.
I think. And then you have Ring of Honor, that's 2 hours of TV too.
Yeah.
So you're getting
That's
7
different,
hours
though.
of AEW.
Ring of Honor is kind of like their NXT.
I think it's a step above, but yes, basically.
Yeah, and the champion can go on both shows.
But yeah, so that is what it is. I do a lot of the storylines right now, though they aren't bad, I'm having trouble getting myself to care.
Yeah, the investment isn't there for
like
me.
I've been fast forwarding through a lot of matches, even because it's like, even though the match is good, I care so little about what they're trying to tell me that.
Yeah.
And listen, I think he's a great wrestler, but I'm so tired of Orange Cassidy as the champion. He needs to lose the belt. They've been telling this sore hand story for like 5 weeks.
It's healed by now at this rate.
Just make him lose the belt, because then you don't want to know what makes it worse. His next match is against Cal Fletcher, and we know he's not going to lose the belt to him.
Maybe I would love to see that.
There's no way he is.
I would love to see that.
They're saving that. They're probably saving that to give it to like CM Punk. Anyways, we don't know if CM Punk's coming back for sure. We do know Miro and Thunder Rosa will be on Collision. As well as Powerhouse Hobbs already announced to be a main face of Collision. Here's my big thing with AEW.
Are they going to create another belt?
No more belts. They have enough belts.
So what? The champion defends on both shows?
I think all the champions defend on both shows, except the TBS is only on Dynamite and the TNT is only on thing, right?
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine they're gonna do. There's already a lot of belts there, and I like belts, so I'm telling you this. There's one thing I need to talk about, and I don't think he's a bad wrestler. There's another guy. I think he's really fantastic. I think his future is super bright. I actually really enjoy watching him and his character. But it makes no sense to me that you have a guy who's he's a superstar. He's a legit superstar. He's on the level of a Kenny Omega. He's world known as being one of the best wrestlers. And why the fuck, I'm swearing, is Jay
I'm not
White
monetized
in a feud with Ricky Starks? Somebody fucking explain this to me. I'm mind boggled, and it's not because Ricky Starks is bad. And even with Juice, I'm fine. How are you making Jay White job out to a mid carder? Jay White is a worldwide superstar wrestler talent. Like, he's elite.
One of the greatest heels in the last 5 years.
One of the greatest heels of all time, period. He's also an amazing wrestler, and he's in the best shape of his life right now, and he's wasting his time. Both of them are getting beat by Ricky Starks. Two guys that we used to watch dominate in New Japan are getting beat up by Ricky Starks.
They either need to destroy the tag division together, or Jay White should have done the Cody treatment to Jay White.
Yeah, 100%. Jay White should be TNT champion already.
Yeah.
And parading around and be unbeatable because he cheats every match, just like Roman Reigns.
He should have been the guy to first beat Orange Cassidy.
Fine, yeah, because then we can use him to go wrestle in Japan.
That's his loophole back in.
I know, and I don't get it. It bothers me. It really bothers me, because I understand that Starks is on the way up, and that's fine with me. He's arguably one of the secondary pillars to the 4 pillars.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that again. But Him beating Juice Robinson to get over makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Him beating Jay White does not, because what do you do with Jay White after this? You're taking a prime elite wrestler and making him job out like he's Chris Jericho.
You'll get what happened with Miro.
Yeah, this
Because
is on
Miro's irrelevant now.
yes, but Jay White is on a whole nother level than Miro. Like a
But
next.
but you know what I mean?
But
Like,
yes,
still,
I totally agree.
Miro
with you.
carried a lot of name value.
I just want to accentuate the fact that how much more Jay White even means, and how like you use an older wrestler, Sting, Chris Jericho, who are still can go and have name value. Those are guys you use to job. You do not use Kenny Omega to job. Why are you using Jay White to do this? It doesn't make any sense. You're trying to reinvigorate the Bullet Club name by making Bullet Club gold, and you're having them get beat by one guy every.
It would make more sense to tell the story of Ricky Starks beats Juice Robinson, but now you got to beat the next boss. And the next boss is Jay White, and it's going to take you more than one attempt to beat Jay White.
Jay White to me is not a boss even. Jay White is the guy who beats the bosses and then runs with the championship for so long. Like, to the fact that New Japan felt enough like favor towards him to let him
carry the belt for a year almost.
And
no, a year, full on a year.
It doesn't make any. He's one of 2 Grand Slam champions ever in New Japan. And you know what? Other than like the people that have been around who have won the Intercontinental title, no one else can ever win that because there is no more Intercontinental title. So it's like Okada can never be the Grand Slam champion because there's no more Intercontinental title.
Isn't Naito? Naito's the only one.
Is the only one basically. Well, I'm sure like if Ishii or one of those guys could, but they're not going to.
No. Nakamura?
He's not coming back.
No, but he is, isn't he? He's won all the belts. No, he's never won a tag.
He's never won tag or the heavyweight title. Did he win the heavyweight?
He's won the heavyweight title, yeah.
Did he ever win an open weight or a trios?
No, but
that counts.
Maybe tag he's never won.
Okay, so it's more than a Grand Slam. It's every single belt, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, is what 'tis, and that bothers me a lot, and I had to let that out because like it's just like it's insane to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Imagine you just signed Cody Rhodes in WWE, and his first gig was to job out to freaking
Bronson
Austin
Reed.
Theory. Yeah.
Austin Theory, yeah.
He's here to job out to Austin because Austin Theory is like their version of Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
It's like, hello? Excuse me?
That's why I just realized that they are the same character almost.
And that's why it's like a quasi knockoff of a little bit of The Rock and a little bit of John Cena. It's like some kind of split there, and that's where they're going. But it's crazy. And the 4 pillars thing makes total sense to me what they're doing with that, because they're not having to work with somebody like a high level person who's being forced to job out to them. They're now going to create this storyline where the 4 of them are going to beat the crap out of each other for the next year, and we're all going to like it.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes. The women's division now is becoming a little stale, with the exception of the Outsiders or whatever they're called.
And I don't really care
for that either.
It's really hard to tell the story when Ruby Soho can't talk. Saraya is like mediocre in the ring and outside of the ring. And Toni Storm is the only true talent that they have all around. But they're kind of like pulling her down. And I don't really like her as a heel. She was such a good face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I think that's going to lead to the eventual heel turn, or the face turn on.
Sheeta is good. I really like that. She's back. She has a new outfit, everything.
Yeah, a new character.
Looks like she's in like the best shape of her life. She's ready to go. We know we have Yuka Sakazaki and Riho now, like basically for good. They're both locked up, so that's nice. And I mean, like the women's division is on paper looks nice. Let's see what they could do, because the real only true good storyline they're telling right now is Jade Cargill and Taya Valkyrie, but it's also been dragging on so long without anything happening.
But see, this is again too, like they should have had Taya just come in and destroy her for the belt.
But they can't, because they're so committed to letting Jade keep this streak going. So I don't know if you watch Rampage.
Whenever I can.
Okay, so this week's Rampage, spoilers, Taya comes out and does the finishing move on Jade Cargill and knocks her out.
Okay.
And like that was like her proving point that I am just as good as you. And I think because like she never got the upper hand so far in all of their meetings
Yeah.
together.
And this is the
And she,
first time.
yeah, whatever it's called, Valhalla, Road to
Yeah.
Valhalla, or I don't know what
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah. And she nails her with it, and it looked freaking good. And yeah, and I like Taya
Taya
Valkyrie.
Valkyria.
Yeah, Tyra Valkyria. But I like her. I like both of them. I don't
Yeah.
like Jade Cargill that much anymore. Like I was a huge Jade Cargill fan. I think we all were in the beginning because she was
Yeah.
just a powerhouse. And now they're having her get jobbed out to by like random hometowners in every place they go. And it's starting to feel weird because even
Yeah.
Goldberg didn't do that. Goldberg would beat Raven like 5 times in a row at a house show and we'd count that. But AEW's not doing that. They're just having her beat random people that no one knows who they are.
Yeah. Some random
And
jobbers.
it's yeah, I don't know. I mean, the card for Double or Nothing, I'm not very excited for.
No, the card for Double or Nothing doesn't look
It's
good.
mostly just the Anarchy in the Arena, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and the Four Pillars match. Other than that, I don't really care about anything else that's happening.
Yeah. Because it's true though. Even Ring of Honor, like they're supposed to be doing their next event should be Death Before Dishonor. And they've announced that it's happening. They haven't announced a date yet, but Death Before Dishonor this year, it's going to be a big one for them because it's the 20th anniversary of that show.
And they're at their peak right now for what they're doing. And they're having big issues because I haven't been watching it as much as I would like to.
Right.
But
It's kind of harder to watch. Yeah.
they're not really telling good storylines. Yes, the matches are good, but they're really struggling to put together storylines, especially when a lot of their biggest champions are working on AEW.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Claudio's
Blake, what they're doing isn't the what's his name doing going for the trios belts? AR Fox, Blake Christian,
yeah,
and Metalik,
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
Metalik.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they keep putting AR Fox to tag with they keep putting AR Fox and Dante Martin. That's who it is, right?
Because the
To
other
tag with
Martin's hurt.
Action Andretti, and it's kind of like, okay, like who can we figure something out here? Can we just figure it out? But yeah, just more Dalton Castle.
Yeah. Do you think this is the match where Orange is going to lose the belt in the Battle Royal?
Maybe
Excuse me.
it's an easy way to take it off him without any
Without him
consequence.
losing it too, right? Like so as it stands right now, it's Orange Cassidy with Aaron Solo for some reason, Powerhouse Hobbs, QT Marshall, and 17 other unannounced competitors. It's the Battle Royal 21. Instead of doing it for a championship, like a shot at the belt, they're doing it, which is good. I like that idea. Like
They're doing it for the belt.
Yeah. And Jamie Hayter actually is going to be facing Tony Storm for the championship.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's a good match.
And
actually.
I think this is where they take it off of Cargill. Taya Valkyrie and Cargill are having a match.
But how do you do it?
You beat her clean. Or you have to do the Roman Reigns finish.
Yeah, but then if she still loses,
you have to take her out of the picture.
No matter how she loses Jade, it makes it so that she still has a loss. So it takes away the streak.
No, I'm saying if you let Jade retain, you have to do a Roman Reigns on Jade.
Oh yeah, and they will. This is gonna go to the next pay-per-view, I think.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? Oh, this is good. We get to Forbidden Door, and it's a 4-way. Sasha Banks, whatever, Mercedes Moné,
Jade which she'll Cargill. Probably win. She'll probably, like, we haven't seen it yet because we're recording this the day before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She might. Well, that's okay. Let me finish. Okay. You have Sasha Banks. You have random Japanese wrestler, insert here. You have Taya Valkyrie, and you have Jade Cargill, and you have the belt won by Taya Valkyrie by her pinning somebody else.
This way, technically, it doesn't count as a loss for Jade, but she loses the belt.
It's not a singles loss because
It's a 3-way match.
The 3-way match, and she didn't get even pinned.
Yeah.
Then you can have her have a whole promo where she comes out and goes, "I didn't lose," and they show her record, and then Tony Khan or whoever comes out and says, take away the 1 and make it a 0, and they bring the counter back, and she's still undefeated.
Tony Khan in all his coked out glory.
Yeah. Hi, fans. I am very not looking at a prompter here while I'm reading this. Next week on Dynamite, I will have a huge announcement. Then you get to next week on Dynamite. Next week on Dynamite, there will be a big announcement. What his big announcement every week is that there will be a big announcement.
Another announcement.
But good for them. They're selling out everything. Congrats.
Yeah. I mean, but you're right, though. They've kind of fallen off a bit. They're not as high. Their ratings have even fallen.
Yeah, but they'll get back.
Yeah.
Every time they start to dwindle towards a pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view happens and they come right back.
Yeah, so we'll see. Like, I mean, the pay-per-view looks pretty good, but we'll see how it goes.
Like I said, it's not a card that I'm super excited for, but there are, now that I forgot about that Tony Storm match, so I mean
and there's Cole versus Jericho.
Yeah, but I don't care.
I do.
I'm so checked out of that storyline.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna watch the match and I'm gonna think the match is good, I promise. But
yeah.
It's just, I do not care at all. It's such a dumb storyline, especially now that we've completely removed Britt Baker out of the storyline. And she's the whole reason that this is happening.
Yeah. That's true. Anyway, we'll move from AEW. We kind of touched on Ring of Honor.
Can I give you one Ring of Honor?
Sure.
Before we go, I think it's really weird that Samoa Joe is going to be a featured person on Collision. He's on the poster, and they said he'll be one of the featured players of Collision.
Then what's the point of Ring of Honor?
What's the point of Ring of Honor? And
if he's going to be, then he'll probably lose the TV belt soon. Then
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, I'd like that.
But Mark Briscoe's in this dumb storyline right now with FTR, and I'm not excited for that match. I'm just going to be honest for you.
What's the FTR versus?
Yeah, because we know FTR is not going to lose.
Yeah, to Jarrett and Lethal.
Actually, you know what? Maybe they're so deep in their own storytelling that they might be willing to give it up and win it back.
Unless we do a 3-way. No, I don't want to see a 3-way. I want to see I want to see a FTR versus Aussie Open.
Yeah. The only thing I don't want to see come this pay-per-view is something like with their secondary storytelling. Like, I don't want to see the Acclaimed versus the JAS. Like, I don't want to see that on a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And I'm worried that one of the matches is going to end up being something stupid like that. Give me the Ass Boys. Have the Ass Boys need to join Bullet Club already.
Yeah, because they're still part of the firm. They're in a feud with Ethan Page, right? With Ethan Page is part of that against, what is it? Matt Hardy and
and that needs to blow over so fast.
Yeah.
They've taken away so much clout from Hook by having him involved in this.
Yeah. And he's not even in the match. And he's not even in the match.
Yeah.
But at least Ethan Page is getting somewhat of a more prominent role now. Ethan Page needs more.
He's a good character.
Yeah. And he's a good wrestler too.
Good wrestler character.
Yeah. But we'll see. So we'll move on. Let's go to Impact. Impact, we had the debut of Trinity, formerly known as Naomi, in WWE.
Stop with the stupid glow character. Stop it. Nobody likes it.
No. Yeah.
And this is my biggest pet peeve of this personal situation. You took her, Trinity, someone who's terrible on the mic, and your first advertisement was Trinity, first time ever on a live mic. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Stupid idiots. It's a name.
Go ahead. It is a name, and she's beaten Kylan King. Kylan King right now is the Impact Women's Tag Champion.
A part of a really good tag team, I might add.
Right. Do we see, if Monet loses, do we see Monet coming to Impact and winning the belts with...
Possibly, because they do have a sexy relationship with New Japan.
Yes. So
very possibly.
Yeah. So I could see that, but I don't
see... leave. Sorry, go.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, say.
No, if they're gonna leave Sasha Banks I keep saying her name, Mercedes Moné, as, is it Monet or Money?
Money, whatever she says.
Hey, who cares? We're gonna call her whatever we want. Snoop Dogg's cousin, if she
Yeah,
stays in the US, like if she's gonna become a fixture of Strong and stay in
yeah,
the US, then you can have her do that because they're gonna cross over with Impact a lot.
yeah. Because if she'd become the first ever strong women's champion, right?
Yeah, and then matters. Imagine she also wins the
The
Impact Tag
Impact Tag.
Championship.
Because I don't see any of the others. Like Stephanie Vacour, she's good in AAA, but she's not on that level, that name level. You want that name value to win your first belt, right? Like,
Yeah. What's the Japanese wrestler that's
Momo
on the
Kogo
others? She's the only other one that has a shot.
has a shot. Yeah.
Because
She's
like,
from Stardom, I think.
yeah, like you're not giving it to anybody else. Like, let's
No.
be honest. They're
Yeah.
trying to establish a women's division.
But yeah, that's the thing. She's been in
That's not.
CMLL. She's
Hey,
been in.
that's not 4 bad wrestlers to have to build a division around.
No, not at all. And Willow Nightingale, she represents, I think, AEW, right? So,
AEW, yeah, but I mean, like, she'll be a featured player there because she's so still a low tier push. Like,
mhm.
she's getting a push, but she's a low tier push and she can go. So AEW will be happy to let her go wrestle on Impact and in Strong. Like,
Yeah.
they would have no problem with that. Mind you, I don't think there's a working relationship right now between Impact and AEW.
No, not between AEW and Impact, but there is a working relationship with New Japan and the
Yeah,
other two. And Stardom now for some reason.
let it happen.
Let it happen, please. Yeah, anything else you want to touch on Impact? It's been decent. It hasn't been like mind-blowingly
Well, I
fantastic.
do know now. I do understand completely why Kushida did not win the title because
Yeah.
there was plans for him to win the lightweight, light heavy tags or the junior tags,
Mhm.
and for him to be in the best of the super juniors for an extended period of time. Where you obviously don't want your world title
Champion off
holder to
TV
be.
for such a long time. This is
So I
something
get
they
it.
can revisit later.
I get it. I get why Burt Macklin FBI is the champion.
But I think Burt Macklin is transitional. I think he's going to end up losing that belt to Aldis.
Oh, he will. But I get why it happened.
Yeah.
Because now imagine you can have a feud between Kushida and Aldis, and I'm not complaining.
No, I
You
won't.
could have Kazarian and Aldis go at it for a bit, and I'm not going to complain about that either.
Yeah,
Hey, you could have
there's
Matt
options.
Cardona show up, and I will not be mad at that.
Speaking of which, what's going on with it? He's just happy being the king of the Indies.
Yeah, let him ride.
Yeah. So I'm good
for
with
him.
that. Before we head to Japan, I just want to touch on NXT. One quick point is they're doing a women's tournament right now because Indy Hartwell vacated the belt.
Kyra
And
Valkyria.
why is Tiffany Stratton still in this?
I don't know, but just let Tyra win the belt.
Lyra Valkyria, she needs
Lyra,
to. Yeah.
I said Tyra.
Yeah.
Let her win.
I agree. Do you think it's going to be Lyra versus Roxana? Because right now it's going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Roxana on this, like yesterday's episode of NXT, which we're recording before that, and it's Lyra Valkyria versus Cora Jade. This is where Lyra gets her comeuppance on Cora.
Yeah, I think or they're going all the way with Cora. It's not going to be Roxana again.
No, but yeah, I could see them riding Cora, and then you already have that natural feud with Lyra Valkyria and chasing,
Roxana, so you can have multiple trios matches for the title
and have the baby faces chase for the belt.
Yeah,
which always tells a better story.
Because it's weird because Lyra is a tweener because she's not a full blown face, but she's definitely not a heel. Roxana is a complete
Heel.
face.
Oh, Roxana, yeah, she's a pure baby
And
face.
Cora is a pure heel. So that's like a great dynamic. And we know WWE will not do any face versus face or heel versus heel. So
it's a good, but that's all I wanted to touch on. Yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on NXT. Let's move to Japan. Right now, Best of Super Juniors is going on. Not to spoil too much because we are going to be doing a review of it, but the tournament so far has seen quite a few upsets and quite a few surprising moments.
I think Mike Bailey looks like an absolute superstar.
Yeah.
Um,
Bailey is like, I don't think he's lost a match yet, has he? No, he lost to Ishimori.
He lost to Ishimori, but Ishimori looks like a monster. I think they're
Yeah.
trying to bring him all the way back to the top again.
Who, Ishimori?
Yeah.
Because he had that fallout. Like, I don't know if we've watched it yet, but
Hey, come on. Hey,
spoilers.
come on, spoilers. But I will say that so far, Robbie Eagles versus Francisco Akira was
Yes.
amazing. Francesco or Francisco?
Francesco Akira.
That was arguably the best match of the whole tournament. It was either that or Mike Bailey versus Takahashi.
Yeah, and there's like a big jumble up at the top too right now. Like
we did watch Desperado absolutely beat the crap out of Wato.
Wato, yes.
Just like demolish him until he hurt his leg.
Yeah.
But
the first night saw a huge upset. I won't spoil it what it is, but there was a huge upset the first night. Huge upset.
Hey, we'll let sleeping dog sleep.
Yeah. And the guy he upset is not doing too well in the tournament.
Hey, let him sleep.
But I think he's there, I think, more to put people over as opposed to like win the tournament.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. I also don't. I think they could have went out in the streets and got any other junior weight wrestler and not had to have Takahashi be in here because the champion should not be in the tournament.
Yeah. And isn't he undefeated?
No, he lost to Mike Bailey.
And Leo Rush.
Oh, that was a good match too.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Leo Rush is undefeated.
That chair spot was
nice. No, Leo Rush lost to our boy. Yeah, to our boy.
To our boy. But yeah,
the Doki Choki.
The Doki, listen, stop. Enough.
We have to stop. Yeah, we have to stop with Doki because he's like doing really well.
It's not okay though, because he shouldn't be this good. And I get it. This is all about a Five Guys push.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
Except Kanemaru, for some reason,
Kanemaru's been good though in every match.
Yeah. Dan Maloney.
Dan Maloney, listen.
Yeah.
Dude, they're pushing this guy to the moon.
Yeah.
But I didn't even realize. Okay, I even came to you and said, "Hey, look,
yes,
there's a new member in United Empire," and I didn't realize until day 4 of this tournament that he was the guy.
But you know what? He's a former Rev Pro champ too, isn't he?
Yeah. He's in Rev Pro right now.
Yeah, and he kind of he was in I think WWE in for a cup of coffee in NXT.
Yeah.
He was there for a couple years. Yeah.
He's currently on loan from Rev Pro.
Yeah.
But I like this. This is what's good about this tournament. You're bringing in, you have Impact people. You got like it's like AEW should let one guy go.
Which guy?
But I mean, they should let somebody go wrestle
like from
AEW.
tournament.
Like Orange Cassidy is perfect.
Yeah, can you imagine Orange Cassidy in this?
Orange Cassidy versus Akira. That's TJP.
There you go.
TJP's been really good.
Yes.
Hey, and on the mic too. Shout out to TJP. Yes, that's a drum, and no, you can't
touch it. The best line of the tournament so far. Go watch. Was it night 3? He said that, or night 2? Night 2.
Yeah, night 2.
Night 2. Go watch night 2. Kevin Kelly has the best line of the tournament.
Hey, I still have it recorded in our group chat, so that way it never goes away.
We'll never lose it. But yeah, I mean, New Japan. Did you have a chance to go back and watch any of those 2 Noah shows?
No, but I certainly will.
Yeah, same here.
We have a really busy weekend coming up.
Yes.
So I think right now is not the time for me to go revisit these 2 events.
No, this is going to be one of those shows. We have them in our ranking list, but it's going to be like, Noche de Championes. We've watched it. We'll give it a rating, but we're not.
Like you said, we'll do a sort of one of these, a sort of state of wrestling, but we'll talk about the ones that we haven't. Yeah. I know there's 2 NWAs, there's 2 AAAs, and there will be 2 Noahs when we're done this.
Yeah. So it's maybe the mid-year, the 6-month point, we'll do one of these. By
then, there will probably be another.
The NWA, the Crockett Cup is next weekend.
There you go.
So
Davey Boy Crockett.
Davey Boy Crockett. Look at me, I'm Davey Crockett.
Nice.
For a Simpsons reference for you guys out there.
Eat my vest.
Yes. Eat my vest.
Eat it. Don't need it.
Like my loafers, former Gophers.
Exactly. This guy gets it.
But yeah, I
My
mean, like,
loafers, former Gophers.
but yeah, no, like you said, Dan Maloney, he's been really impressing me in
Yeah,
this, like,
Balls Mahoney.
Balls Mahoney. But he's been really impressing. Clark Connors has been doing okay. His matches have been good. He's just not getting the results I'd like to see. Yo is doing fantastic.
Yeah, hey, listen, honest to God, there has been 0 bad matches in this tournament.
Yeah. The
There's been a
only
few
thing
that like I'm
is,
uninterested in, but none of them were bad.
the only issue though, like you said it off air, is the fact that every night is just tournament matches and they're 4.5 hours long.
And
It's
yeah,
so
it's
hard.
bring back the 4 matches a night.
Yeah. So, like they did in the G1 where, you can skip the first half of the show.
And it's got to be a daunting task for those wrestlers to be wrestling this much, like
Every night, and they're moving around too. It's not just taking place in one arena, isn't it?
no, yeah, it's been moving.
Yeah, so no, it has been in one arena. No, it has been moving around. You're right.
Yeah.
So it's still, it's hard it's hard on the guys to keep up with that type of schedule and that type of situation, I guess is a good way to put it. But I've been enjoying it. Like you said, though, 4 hours every day. It's plus all the other stuff we got to keep on top of. It's a lot. And we're not full-time YouTubers. We have full-time jobs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right?
And it's really, I mean, there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
And we're doing our best to watch everything that we think is worthy of talking about for you. And now that YouTuber that I showed you has me fully convinced in my head that I need to start watching Dragon Gate.
Right.
And
Here we go now.
I don't freaking like that idea, but
because
I'm like,
that's going to open up a whole other can of worms.
I'm so like zoned in on that. I was speaking of that. This is Torizawa. It's crazy to me that he was at one point considered one of the main pillars, the original 4 pillars of Dragon Gate.
Yeah.
One of the like grandfathers of what carried that company into with
and
Shingo.
Now he's a joke character.
And now he's a joke character in WWE.
I
didn't know that.
A couple years ago,
he was like at that level.
He was engaged to Tamina Snuka there.
Oh God.
Yeah, there was a whole romance angle. Akira Tozawa,
he won the 24/7 belt like 6 times. So
yeah. But I mean, yeah, he was an absolute beast in Dragon Gate. Like he was. You had a lot of guys from WWE like evolve Dragon Gate. Like Gargano was part of that. Orange Cassidy was part of Dragon Gate, I believe. Like even for a while, Drew McIntyre was.
Yeah, there's a few really big names that came out of there. But I like maybe we should add that to the list of we watched their main big thing.
Yeah,
because they have a tournament, like a tag tournament and like a G1 tournament type thing too. No, I'm not buying their subscription because I have too many subscriptions.
Yeah, but our boy Shingo was once part of the.
He's the like arguably the biggest ever Dragon Gate
Dragon
wrestler.
Gate. Yeah. Yeah. Yohei was part of Dragon Gate at one time.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is what I didn't know. So I wanted to talk about this.
Yohei,
KZ and Ita, yeah.
Ita, yeah.
That we've been watching them this whole time on Noah, thinking they're Noah wrestlers, are both Dragon Gate
wrestlers. Yeah.
I was so baffled when I saw that. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, we've been talking about them like they're part of Noah this whole time, and they're not. They've been on every event we watched almost.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But I know Dragon Gate, they use a lot of masked wrestlers too.
Yeah, they're very big into lucha.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Gate, okay, so people who don't know, Dragon Gate is owned by Ultimo Dragon.
Yes.
And he is doing whatever he's doing. So now there's a 3rd generation. So Dragon Kid is his main prodigy
protege, yeah.
Protege, sorry. And now he has one. And I can't remember his name. Dragon something. And
Dragon Dia. I'm looking it up
Dragon
right now.
Dia, exactly. And so they are together now, and like there was a tag tournament, we just missed it. It happened earlier this year. I'm very compelled to watch Dragon Gate. Like Watch the guy. I don't remember his name, so I can't shout you out right now. But he fully sucked me into this world of Dragon Gate.
I have it in the chat here. I'll call it out. Was it in our?
Shin Skywalker is crazy.
Yes. Did you send
Jason
it?
Lee, like
Yeah.
they like these are names that we know that I didn't even know they were part of BB Hulk.
BB Hulk. What's his name? All right, I'm going to his
He's looking
channel.
for it to give him a shout
Yeah,
out.
to give him a shout out because you turned me. Is it Guts Dozer?
Yes.
Yeah, he's another small channel like us, and yeah, his content is really really good. He there was one that he did a series of 2, the understanding the Japanese pro wrestling who's who kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was so good. So shout out to Guts Dozer. You know, if you're watching and you want to do a collab, hit us up.
Yeah, you got to find us first.
Yeah.
Real
But
small.
hey, if Ninja Mac can find us and comment on our
anyone
video,
can find it.
right? Yes, we got a shout out from Ninja Mac. So
yeah, shout out to Ninja Mac from us to Ninja Mac shouting you out.
Shouting you out.
Well, we'll put you as one of the tags. We'll put Ninja Mac as one of the tags and see if he comes back.
I'll put Ninja Mac in the tag for sure. Because we've gotten a few shout outs. You got reposted by Julia.
Yeah. You got a lot.
Yeah, I got a like from David Finley for crying out loud.
Yeah. Oh, so, and hey, R.I.P. Big. Why? What do you mean who?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. A legend in the industry. Big R.I.P. to the man who basically influenced Hulk Hogan. Billy Graham, superstar, passed away last week.
Yeah, and I would say he also was a huge influence on Jesse Ventura as well.
Yeah. Basically a huge influence in pro wrestling because of the fact that is the type of guy Vince wanted. He couldn't get Billy Graham, so he created these other characters.
And didn't he beat Bruno Sammartino?
Yes, he did, I believe.
Yeah, he won the title off him.
Yeah, off of Bruno. Yeah. So the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. That's the promo that'll live in infamy.
And good Ute. He's a good Ute.
Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to RIP to superstar Billy Graham. So we lost a good one there. That's all I got too. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you all next time. Tune in next week. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff for you because there's a lot going on this weekend. There's Resurgence. What else do we got this weekend?
I don't even know.
You'll
see it when you see it.
You'll see it when you see it. Exactly. So just tune in. That's why you got to make sure that notification bell is turned on and you subscribe. So this way, when there is a brand new wrestling review or a brand new state, you guys are well informed. Follow the Discord. The Discord I post all the videos that are out in the Discord when they go live. So make sure you follow that too. We have all kinds of wrestling talk. We have all kinds of video game talk. I know we haven't done a lot of video game content on this channel in a while. Tune in tomorrow if you want some video game content. It's another tier list, so make sure you tune in tomorrow for that. We have the return of Putty on this channel, so maybe that'll get some viewers.
Papa Parkinson's.
Yeah. So with that out of the way, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye and good night.